everyone, in this video I am going to show you how I am making these granny squares with the colorful centers. So for these squares I am using Yarn Bee Glowing and the color is Purple Multi. This is a worsted weighted yarn that I found at Hobby Lobby. If you don't have a Hobby Lobby or don't have access to this yarn, I would say just use any variegated yarn as long as it's worsted weight. And then I'm using a worsted weighted white yarn. This one is Impeccable Loops and Threads from Michaels. And you will want to use an H or 5.0 millimeter hook. So start with your variegated yarn and make a magic circle. Once you have the magic circle, chain up 2, and then we're going to double crochet 10 times into the circle. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. So once you have 10 double crochets, go ahead and close it up tight, and then you can join to the first double crochet that you made. Once you have that, go ahead and chain up 2. And in this row, we're going to do 2 double crochets in each stitch around. So in the end, we'll have 20 total. So 1 and 2 in the same space. And just repeat that around. So technically what we're doing here is just increasing in each stitch around to make the circle bigger. Alright, once you have your round done, 2 double crochets in each stitch, go ahead and join to the first double crochet that you did in the round. And then snip your yarn because we're going to be changing to white. Leave a little bit just so you can weave in. So sometimes when I do these, they kind of look like little hats, but I just kind of stretch them out so they lay pretty flat, and once you block them and everything, they'll be fine. Unless if they're like really dimpled, then you probably need to go up a hook size. But I just kind of stretch them out and they're fine. So then grab your white yarn, take off the label. So grab your white yarn, this is how I attach colors. I just grab the white yarn with my hook, pull it through, and I pull the first color tight. So this variegated yarn I'm going to pull tight, and then with the 2 ends here I'm just going to make a knot. And that's just so I can make sure it won't come apart. So I got the little knot there. So this is the third row, and now we're going to start forming the square. So chain up 2, and usually what I do is I take these two ends, I lay it over the stitches and crochet over them, but I'm just going to keep them out of the way in this video so you guys don't get confused. So crochet 2 chains, and then we're going to do a double crochet in that first stitch. And now we're going to do a half double crochet in the next 2. So 1 half double crochet, and then another half double crochet in the next stitch. And then we're going to do a double crochet in the next. And that basically makes up one edge. So in the next stitch we'll be doing a corner, and in a corner we're going to be doing 2 double crochets, a chain 2, and then 2 double crochets back into that same stitch. And that will make your first corner. So to do another edge, we're going to do a double crochet, a half double crochet, a half double crochet, a double crochet. That makes our second edge, and then for the corner, all in this next stitch, is 2 double crochets, chain 2, and then another 2 double crochets back into that same stitch. So you can see that the square is forming. Here's an edge, here's a corner, another edge, and we just made that second corner. So again, we're going to need the third edge. So double crochet, half double crochet, half double crochet, double crochet, and that's it for that edge. Another corner, 2 double crochets, a chain 2, and 2 double crochets again into that same stitch. So now you see we have 3 edges and 3 corners. So last edge, double crochet, half double crochet, half double crochet, double crochet. There should be 1 stitch left, and that will be your last corner. So 2 double crochets, chain 2, and 2 double crochets to finish that corner. And then to finish the round, all you're going to do is join to your first double crochet of that round. So not the chain 2, the first double crochet. So now it's a square. So the next round is going to be the last round, and it's basically just making the square a little bit bigger. So go ahead and chain up 2, and then what we're going to do is double crochet in each stitch across on this edge, and then once we get to this chain 2 space, we're going to do something different for the corner. So go ahead and double crochet across until you get to that chain 2 space from the previous row. So here's the chain 2 space from the previous row. All we're going to do to make this corner is 1 double crochet, a chain 2, and 1 more double crochet into that same chain 2 space, and that is going to be the corner for this row. So again, to make the edges, all we're going to do is 1 double crochet in each stitch across until we get to another chain 2 space from the previous row. So go ahead and double crochet across until you get back to a chain 2 space. There's our chain 2 space, 1 double crochet, chain 2, and 1 more double crochet into that same space. Here's another edge. We're going to crochet across, oh, I already started that corner without you guys. Okay, so I double crocheted across again, and I just did 1 double crochet into that chain 2 space, chain 2, and then 1 more double crochet into that chain 2 space. Okay, now we're on our last edge, so go ahead and just double crochet across again like we've been doing. Okay, so there's our chain 2 space, 1 double crochet, a chain 2, and another double crochet. So when you get to the end of this round, you're going to notice you're going to have a little bit of a gap. After this corner, all we're going to be doing is double crocheting until we get back to that first double crochet. So there should be 2 spaces to complete this first edge that we did. So just go ahead and double crochet into those 2 spaces. Okay, and then you can join to the first double crochet. And at this point you can fasten off. And cut your yarn. I just leave a tail long enough to weave in the ends. So I'll weave in this end. These 2 strands are usually crocheted in, so I don't have to weave them in. And then this one back here for the magic ring, I tie a knot and then I weave it in, just because if I wash this, I don't want these centers to come undone. So if you want to, you can block these squares. You stretch them out a little. And that's it. My squares are about 4 inches by 4 inches. So if you use a bigger hook size or a bigger yarn, they will come out bigger. And that's it. I hope this was helpful to you. You could subscribe to my channel if you want to see more crochet tutorials, and I'll see you next time.